I took it. Oh yeah, right.
Yeah, right.
One's on sound, please. Normal system.
Hey.
Broadcast first.
Well, Sean, how big a task lies ahead of you for tomorrow night?
Certainly a decent sized one. You know, they'll be favourites, of course, after the scoreline over there, and well, they've got a few challenges with injuries. Pretty low squad at the moment, but we've been productive before when the challenge is against us. So obviously that's what we're looking to do.
As far as the last leg, is that going to spare us extra motivation for you tomorrow with what happened?
I don't know about extra motivation, but I think certainly for the Burnley fans it may well be, because the stories will travel, I'm sure. But you know, we've still got to look to perform. Whatever happened in the last game, it's a fresh game, it's a new start, bigger challenge, obviously with the scoreline. The away goal was helpful. You know, it would have been nicer if it wasn't the scoreline it is, but it's another challenge for us, you know. So we don't want to. I certainly said my piece over there. Don't want to cry in about that. Made it clear. I was trying to be concise about facts rather than getting too emotional about it. So really, we focus on this game and see what we get from it.
You mentioned the Burnley fans. How important will they be for you tomorrow?
Oh no, I think they'll be very important. You know, I think there'll be good numbers for starters. I think they believe that the tie's still alive as we do. So I'm certainly thinking they'll get behind the team.
This will be your 9th game already this season. How is that? I mean, people talk negatively, don't they, about the Europa League and those early qualifying games. What are the positives you can take from that?
Well, the positives, the biggest thing is I said it all along, badge of honour that, you know, Burnley Football Club in any European competition. One of the ex-players was with us yesterday and he said he didn't think he'd ever see the day. So that in itself, alongside that, the difference for the players in their learning curve, if you like, in their professions, for myself as well. The fans, you know, they're part of it. The challenges are always going to be there. You know, the physical challenges are always going to be there. The travelling, the extra game schedule, etc., etc. The only thing that really has stretched us is the squad situation with injuries from last season that we thought were going to be right with Robbie and Stephen and not quite right. Robbie's doing great. He's getting close now. Stephen's still a bit behind that. And the market, you know, that was difficult because if we got them two things right, obviously you can't help with the injuries, and the players fit now. We've still got injuries, Johan, and a couple of players had niggles during pre-season, which affected their run into these games. And then the market, if that would have all been to plan, then it would have been fantastic because we're all ready for the challenge. It's just put a bit of stretch on it, that's all, with the different challenges we've had.
You played Tom Heaton in the last game. Is this an opportunity to bring him back in again for this game?
Yeah, Tom, he performed well. He's getting sharper. His training's getting back to where it was because it's difficult for goalies to be right on top of their game when they're not played games. But even one game, you know, brings that angle, that edge, that game feel back. Very experienced keeper, so it doesn't take a lot to get that back. And yeah, I thought he performed well out there.
Does it give you a dilemma down the road as soon as he's fit and Joe's?
Yep, definitely does.
Have you got your thoughts in your mind on that?
I have.
You're not going to share them, are you?
I'll share them all with you. Why wouldn't I?
As far as this game, do you have one eye on the weekend on Sunday?
I think we've got to have in the reality, but it's only one eye. You know, we've made it clear to the players the next game's the most important. We've worked on that basis for a long time. But as a staff, we've got to have an eye on that because, you know, we've had a tough start in the Premier League and it has been with all the different complications of it. The main thing for me is to get ourselves right, you know, but that starts with the next game. You know, we don't want to overthink that one before or overthink the one after that. But of course, we've got to be aware it's Man United, fantastic football club and a big challenge.
I know you'll talk about that tomorrow night, but as far as Mourinho is concerned, what have you made of the criticism as a fellow manager?
It's part of the job. He knows that, win or lose. There's always someone not happy with what you're doing. You know, for me personally, I remind myself of these managers' records. He's unquestionable for me. So there's no doubt that he's a top manager. His own challenge will be his own. They'll be for him and their football club to work through. It's certainly none of my business.
And how important is it, just finally, to get through this game, and how big would that be for yourself and for Burnley?
The Olympiakos game? Well, we'll see. I mean, you know, we don't know how big it'll be. But I think the good thing is we've been clear-minded even with changing the side, the players that have been playing. There's been a good edge to their performance in this tournament. I spoke with the players; they're enjoying the challenge, and I think it's to bring our identity to the challenge. And that's something that we reminded the players. What we stand for, what we believe in the team, and how we go about our business. And I think that's a key thing as well, because when we get that right, we often get results. It'll be around it. I haven't made a decision on the actual side yet. I've got the basis of it, and there's a few definites all play, but there's a couple of maybes. But he'll be around it. He played against us, but just 60 minutes just to keep his eye in, and so he'll definitely be around it.
In terms of you mentioned him, how bad is that?
Well, fortunately, it's not too serious. He won't make the international spell. The international games. During the international window, and that obviously he won't make the next couple. But it's a loss to us. He's had a good summer, good season last season, good summer, and then he'd started the season well. But it's just another challenge for us. That's the way it goes. Yeah, we've still got to get him through a decent games programme, and get him properly fit. He's looking good, he's looking bright, he's really happy to be back out there training again. He's only had a couple of niggly injuries. His main injury has been fantastic. Just a couple of niggly injuries on the way back to full fitness. So he's had an interrupted games programme, so we've got to pick that up again, which we will do next week.
Sure. Being a Burnley fan at this time, it's kind of a punch yourself moment, isn't it? You've got a Europa League, possibly the qualifying, going through. Let me start again. It's a pinch yourself moment, isn't it, for Burnley fans? Europa League, Manchester United on Sunday. This is a special time in the club's history. Yeah,
I think it is. I think it's time to be enjoyed, but the best way of enjoying it is to win games. And that's our main priority. The best times of a club's history and the memories of it will be from success. So our challenge is to win football matches. And we've had a mixed start, so it's important. The Europa side of things, it's a different challenge, obviously, and it's important in the league we get back to winning ways. So that's the main thing. But behind all of that, yeah, I agree. I always say, you can only reference your time or a manager's time at the club, and I've been here 5.5 years, and in them 5.5 years from where it was to where it is now is a massive different situation. So I think all of the Burnley fans recognise that and respect it. But like me and like the team, they're hungry to make sure we continue these good days.
You mentioned that I think it was a previous round that the curry nights have gone for the staff. Are there any other ways that you've had to juggle things?
Well, it's not for all the staff. It's only me and Woney. And take them all out, We are from Burnley. I'm sort of Burnley-fied now, so you know what Burnley rules are. You ain't treating everyone. You're only treating maybe one person. You know what I mean? That's the way it goes.
Any other insights into how things have sort of changed in a European league?
Only the scheduling, the travelling, the feel in stadiums, the different kind of football cultures, the different kind of pitches, the different kind of, the familiarity of the Premier League and a lot of the Championship now. Say simple things like surfaces, they're virtually all really, really good now. A lot of Deso pitches, virtually all, not literally all, but a lot are immaculate. So that's another change for the players. Fields in stadiums, that's another change. So there's all these different things going on, but more from the planning point of view, days of games, times of games, travelling, flying, etc., recovery meets training, meets prep for a game, meets changing the team, meets reorganising, meets the injury list, etc. So lots of different challenges, but lots of healthy challenges for us.
Okay, broadcasters.
Hi, Mayor.
Everybody, Alan, when you're ready.
Hiya.
Big task ahead, obviously, 3-1 down. Is it possible to turn this around?
Yeah, definitely. Obviously, we know what we have to do. We want to go out and hopefully we can score an early goal. And you never know if we can get a 2-0 or go 3-1, take it at extra time. Then we want to do that, and we want to go and win the game. And obviously, we know what we have to do. So it kind of takes the shackles off a little bit. We need to attack and we need to score goals. So that's what we're going to try and do.
Do you think the fans can be influential tonight? Do you think they can make a difference for you?
Yeah, definitely. Obviously, the fans, if they get behind us, obviously going to make us step on another gear. But first and foremost, it's up to us. We need to make the fans get behind us and give them something to cheer about, and that's what we're going to look to do.
As far as the Europa League is concerned, how has it been from a player's point of view? You know, I think you're in the 8th game already now this season. How has it been? It's
been enjoyable. Speaking to all the lads, everyone's been saying the same thing. Everyone's been enjoying the journey so far, but we want to get to the group stages now. We don't want it to end, so we know the task that's ahead tomorrow, and we want to go win the game, and we want to go get through to the group stages. Everyone's been enjoying it, going to different cities, playing big teams, different stadiums, and it's something we want to continue. It's a bit of a double-edged sword, isn't it? People saying about all the qualifying games that can ruin your league run. Do you think like that? I mean, do you have to think positively rather than the negative side of it? I think at the start they've kind of helped us going into the season. We felt a bit sharp. I think we had a good performance against Southampton without scoring goals, and against Watford we started sloppy, but we played really well first half and then got sucker punched with 2 goals. I think Fulham was probably the only game where we let ourselves down a little bit. So I don't think the games in Europe they've influenced it too much and going into the Premier League. I think we've just been unlucky at times, but obviously it's a lot of games and a lot of fixtures if it continues. But we want to stay in the competition. We want to try to win every game, and as I said, all the lads have been enjoying it, so we want to continue. I guess that's what clubs like Burnley want to do, and that's the next progression, I guess. Yeah, definitely. Playing in Europe it was only a couple of seasons ago. We were in the Championship, so to be now within a touch and distance of getting into the group stages of European competition, it's a fantastic achievement, and it's one we don't want to slip. Don't let it slip that easy.
Thanks. All right, guys, cameras off. Thank you.